everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Train Sim 2020 Academy. So we're going to carry on where we left off on the Academy, and we're going to start with electric coupling and uncoupling, just to see if it is any different than the two before. So we'll give that one a go. Okay, so welcome back to the cab of this BR189 electric locomotive. In this lesson, we will learn how to couple and uncouple wagons. Freight trains consist of the cargo being hauled and the locomotive hauling them. Unlike passenger trains that usually have dedicated power in fixed formations, freight trains are assigned to different locomotives for almost every journey. Okay, this means coupling and uncoupling of rolling stock is a very common task. Okay, ahead on the track is a rack of wagons. Let's couple our locomotive to them, set the reverser, release the brakes and apply the throttle. It is important not to go fast, or the impact with the wagons might cause damage. Do not exceed 8 kilometers per hour. So we're in kilometers per hour today. Okay. So, coupling approach. When getting close to the wagon, start applying the brakes and gently bump them. Okay. Then press 6 on the keyboard to enter the coupling camera view. Okay. So if I'm right, this is the... oh no, that's the power. Where's the reverser? The reverser's there. Put that forward. Release the brake. And give it some gentle throttle. Oh no, that's brake. Pull it off. Ah, there's the throttle. Give it about 25-26% power. Right, so it's fully released. There we go. I must put the dynamic brake on. Right, so let's pull this off. Give it some brakes. We're going too fast. We're going too fast. Yeah, we're going too fast. We were going way too fast then. So let's change the reverser to reverse. Let's back up a bit. Bloody, I hate this control panel here. It really gets in the way. I wish I knew how to turn it off. It's just not letting me control it. The panel there. Right, let's put the brakes on. Right, so it should have been that brake that I used. Okay. Let's set the reverser back to forward. Give it a little bit of power just to nudge us forward. Right, and then apply the brakes just to stop us. And then we need to go into 6, I think it said. And how do we couple this one? How do we couple it? Are we coupled or not? How do we couple it? There doesn't appear to be anything there to couple it with. Yeah, so coupling camera, that's what we're in. Ah, there we go. Congratulations, you have successfully attached the wagons. Now try to uncouple from the wagons. Once again, click on the coupling links to detach. Okay. So, scenario complete. Ah, that was quite simple. It was easier on this little diagram thing down here. That was easier. Okay, so theoretically, it's not really any different than the others. I don't think we need to do any more of them. So now that's done, let's see what else is next. So diesel refueling. Let's have a go at this one. I'm assuming that this is going to be similar to when we were loading up the coal wagons in one of the previous episodes, where we've got to try and get it underneath a pipe or something like that. But let's give it a go. Welcome back to the SD70 Mac diesel locomotive. In this lesson we'll learn how to refuel. Okay. This locomotive runs on diesel fuel. It's almost 5,000 gallons. Wow. Almost a 5,000 gallon tank is enough for a family car to travel around the world 18 times. Well, that is a ridiculous amount of fuel. For heavy freight trains, though, this will likely only last a single day. That is... wow, that is ridiculous. That's so unenvironmentally friendly. But, hey ho. To refuel, a locomotive must be stopped next to an available fuel pump. As you can see, this one is already in place. To begin, either hover the mouse over the fuel pump and click the left button, or open the action menu and select the fuel button. Close this message to begin. Action menu. You can monitor the refueling progress on the driving HUD. The gauge is represented by a fuel pump in the right centre. Right. You doing it? Yeah, it's doing it. Now we are complete. So refueling is quite simple. You just need to pull up against a point and pretty much click the pump and it will start refueling. That's quite simple. Next one. Let's have a look. DMU refueling. So what would be the difference between these? Let's have a look. Welcome back to this Class 170 diesel multiple unit. In this lesson, we'll learn how to refuel. Yep. This train operates on diesel fuel. Most trains fill up with fuel before their shift, and this will last all day. Okay. To refuel, the train must be stopped next to an available fuel pump, as this one is already in place. Yep. To begin, either hover the mouse over the fuel pump and left click the button, or use the action panel. Right, okay, so you need to hover it over, right click if I'm right. Not left click, sorry. Yeah, so it's pretty much just the same as the other diesel. No difference really. Slowly filling up. Must be a fast pump to refuel 5,000 gallons. Congratulations, you're ready to go. This concludes the lesson. Right, so that's pretty much it. Again, not really any difference. Okay, so like I said, not much difference between the diesels. They're pretty much all the same. We are going to have a look at these two because these will be different for the steam. So we'll have a look at refueling coal and water. Let's have a look at that. Welcome back to the BR4F steam locomotive. In this lesson we will learn about loading coal into the tender. So this is called a tender, okay? To turn water into steam in the boiler, it must be heated. To achieve this, locomotive burns fuel in the firebox. To fuel the fire, the locomotive uses coal that is carried in the tender, okay? The tender is a special wagon coupled to the cab, specifically for carrying coal and water. This locomotive is already stopped next to the coal loading point. Okay. To start filling the tender with coal, click the left mouse button on the coal stage or press T on the keyboard. I'm guessing it's that. Yep. Oh, it just sort of like magically flips in. That's nice. That's a bit random. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Scenario complete, same as the diesel, just with coal. Okay. Right, so let's just have a quick look at the water and then we'll move on. Welcome back to the cab of the 4F steam locomotive. In this lesson we will learn how to load water into the tender. So that's called the tender as well, is it? Okay. Fair enough. A steam locomotive boils water to generate steam. This water is held in the tender before being pumped into the boiler. The tender must therefore be kept topped up. Okay. Start filling the tank, use the free camera and click on the water tower or press T on the keyboard. So we'll use the free camera. Where's the water tower? Oh, so the water's kept back there. You know, I honestly always thought that they put the water straight into the front tank on the train. I don't know why. I just always did think that. Unless some trains do, they might do. I don't actually know, but okay. And there you go, it's filling up with water. Yeah, I always thought that it went straight into the tank at the front. I honestly didn't know it had like a water tank at the back of the train. Unless it is just certain trains that do, and some don't. If you do know that, please let me know in the comments. Scenario complete. Alright, so that's pretty much that. There's not much more to learn on that one. So now we are on to safety systems. So let's have a look at the SD70 Mac safety systems. Press start. Couldn't find the start button then for some reason. Welcome back to the cab of the SD70 Mac Diesel. In this lesson we will learn about Alert Driver Vigilance System. Okay. Driving a train is an important job. A moving train with no driver is very dangerous. To ensure the train is still in safe hands, the system regularly checks you are still at the controls. Okay. On this train it is called an alerter. If there is no activity with the controls of the train for 60 seconds, the alerter will sound an alarm. You must respond in order to maintain control. If you don't, the train brakes will be automatically applied. Right, okay. We need to turn the alert system on. Close this message box. Then press Shift, Control and D. Shift, Control and D. Nicely done. The alert system is now on. Okay. Is there not a button somewhere on the dashboard we can press? Okay. The train is already moving. In 60 seconds the alert alarm will sound. Oh, so it's only just started the countdown, okay. Fair enough. There's not a button on the dashboard or something for pressing this. Seconds. Alarm. This is the alerter. It is checking you are still at the controls. Respond to the alarm by pressing Q on the keyboard or A on the controller. What controller? Okay. Oh, so that's pretty much it. Okay. And that's that scenario done. So basically that's just making sure the driver is still alert and conscious. So let's have a look at the next one, which I'm assuming will be very similar. So for the DMU, have a look. Welcome back to the lab of the Class 170 Diesel multiple unit. In this lesson we'll learn about the DSD Driver Vigilance System. So I'm assuming it's similar to the one on the 70 Mac. Driving a train is an important job. Moving trains with no driver is very dangerous. To ensure the train is still in safe hands, system and regular checks, right? Yeah. On this train it is called a Driver Safety Device or DSD. If there is no activity with the controls for 60 seconds, the DSD will sound an alarm. If the alarm isn't acknowledged, the train brakes will automatically be applied, right? Yeah, so same as the 70 Mac. This train is already moving. After roughly 40 seconds, the DSD alarm will sound, okay? So we'll just sit here and wait now for it to sound. I think we're going to hit the scenario end before this actually goes off. There we go. This is the DSD alarm. Acknowledge it by pressing Q or A on the controller. I'm assuming it's this one here, but that doesn't say DSD. So that says DSD alarm, but that one says AWS acknowledge. That could be confusing for some people, but okay. Congratulations, the train is happy to continue. In most modern trains, a DSD or similar alarm exists and continually ensures the train is under control. Stay alert, stay vigilant, stay safe. Okay. Now we are complete. Okay, so that's mainly the alarms done. So we've got the electric safety system. Let's see what this one is. It seems to be one for the steam train, so I'm assuming obviously because of the age of the train it doesn't have anything like that. But anyway, let's see. Okay, welcome back to the cab of the BR189 Electric. In this lesson we'll learn about SIFA Driver Vigilance System, so I'm assuming it's the same as the other two. Driving a train is an important job. Moving a train around is dangerous. Right, let's start by turning the system on. Do this by pressing Shift, Numpad and Enter. Ooh. Numpad. Ooh, this is going to be difficult because I have a foreign keyboard which has different lettering on it. I'm not sure which one the numpad is. I'll be back in just a second when I have figured this out. Okay, I think I figured it out. Let's find out. Ah, yes, I did it. On this train, the monitoring system is called SIFA, or I ain't even going to try and pronounce that, meaning Safety Driving Switch. That is, yeah, that's German. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that. If there is no activity within the controls for 30 seconds, SIFA will activate. The driver must respond in order to maintain control. Right, okay, so this was only 30 seconds. This train is already moving, and after roughly 30 seconds, the SIFA system will trigger. Okay. Let's wait for it to trigger now. I didn't even hear it trigger. Right, so this one is numpad enter on the keyboard or the plunger in the cab. Why is that one different than the others? I don't understand why they do that, but okay. So every 30 seconds you'd have to turn around and hit that. That's, yeah, that seems a bit excessive, but okay. The train is happy to continue. In most modern trains, SIFA exists, and continue will ensures the train is under safe control. Okay. Scenario complete. Yeah, I find that. Don't get me wrong, I know a lot can happen in 30 seconds, but I think that's a little bit excessive. You know, correct me if I am wrong, but seems a little bit excessive, that. So, Academy, let's have a look at what we have left now. So, we have the DMU AWS. So, this has two different systems. Ooh. Okay, let's have a look at that. Welcome back to the cab of this Class 170 diesel multiple unit. In this lesson, we will learn about the AWS driver vigilance system. Okay. The driver must always be aware of what the approaching signal is displaying, which requires them to be looking down the track at all times. Okay. As a driver needs to be aware of many things occurring in and around the train to alert them of approaching signals. UK trains are equipped with an advanced warning system, or AWS. Right, okay, so this is only for UK trains. A sensor called a ramp is placed between the rails approximately 186 meters in advance of every signal, right? As the train passes over the ramp, a sound is triggered in the cab which warns the driver of an approaching signal they must look out for. Okay. To aid the driver further still, the sound triggered in the cab is different depending on whether the signal ahead is showing a restrictive red or yellow, or a passive green aspect. Okay, this helps the driver to know if they are expecting to take action as a result of approaching signals. Right. When the AWS sound is related to a restrictive aspect, the driver is required to acknowledge their awareness of it. This requires pressing a button in the cab. As it is safety critical, only a few seconds are given for the driver to react, or the train brakes will automatically be applied. Okay. This train has passed 2 ramps for signals ahead, which will cause the AWS to trigger. The first AWS has been triggered for the signal ahead. Respond to it by clicking the yellow AWS Acknowledge button. So, isn't that the same button as what we pressed before? So that was the same button as what we pressed for the other system. The next signal is beyond the station ahead. This time you will not be prompted. Remember, respond to the AWS by clicking the AWS Acknowledge button, so there isn't a hotkey for it. Okay? Alright, so we haven't got a hotkey for this one. So we'll have to just do it ourselves. Here it comes. Just there on the tracks. Okay, got it. You're going to make us do it again. Okay, I'm not sure what's going on here. Why didn't I have to do it successfully? I pressed the button. Pressed AWS reset. There was no... I don't understand what happened there. I don't understand what happened there, because we pressed it then. Let's try that again, because that didn't... I don't know why that didn't work then. Let's make a start again. Okay, let's try this again. I'm not going to read it all again, because got the signals, ramp. Right. Red or yellow green aspect, yeah. When the AWS sound is related to a restrictive aspect, the driver is required to acknowledge their awareness of it. This requires pressing a button in the cab. Yeah. This train will pass 2 ramps for signals ahead, which will cause the AWS to be triggered. Okay. So here comes the first ramp, it's just there on the tracks. There. The first AWS has been triggered for the signal ahead. Respond to it by clicking the yellow button. Okay. So we did the first one, and that's what we're supposed to do. The next signal is beyond the station ahead. This time you will not be prompted. Remember, respond to AWS by clicking the yellow AWS Acknowledge button, which is what we did last time, but for some reason it just didn't do it. Unless I wasn't quick enough. Alright, so here it comes. Just there on the tracks. So I had to press it really quick, basically. Congratulations, you correctly reacted to the AWS alert. AWS is a feature in all modern UK trains to warn the driver about signals. Stay alert, stay vigilant, stay safe. Scenario complete. Right, okay, so I did do it right, it was just being a bit weird. So that is pretty much all the safety features now, and all we have got left to do now is signalling. And I think that's pretty much it there, guys. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notification bell to keep up to date with any more content. And we will see you all later. Thank you very much.